We have 3 daughters, and we have 3 granddaughters, and we have a grandson. However, when you raise 3 daughters, any gentleman in this audience knows how challenging that can be on any given day at any given time. And Doug, with the fashion sense that he has, always wanted to go help pick out prom dresses and do all the stuff that goes along with that. But the big story in our family is that with 3 daughters and 3 granddaughters, we believe that Doug has now attended 67 dance recitals. And that's a pretty big accomplishment.
I'm pretty sure that people that would be in this room probably know Doug pretty well. But number one, he's a really good guy.
When I think about how Doug meets challenges, I think about his mother became a widow when she was in her 50s, and Doug stepped right in, even though he was in his 30s, and said, "I'm going to take care of you," and he did. And he made it very clear when we got married that that was the deal. And so I think I learned through that his compassion and his sensitivity and his love that I think translates into his work with children.
Even right through down to our accountants, our evaluation staff, our fiscal staff, everyone has that same stewardship mentality, and that's was one of Doug's favorite words when he first, it still is, it was one of the words he honed into us when he first came on board, was stewardship. The state of Florida is trusting us with not just money, but with their families, with their children.
Doug embodies our deepest and best values. Joy. And joy, as we so often know, is a choice rather than just a feeling. It's when you've been living for a while, you know that this world can be very difficult at times, and yet you choose joy. Doug Sessions is someone who chooses joy every day.
We had the perfect package. He was a Democrat do-gooder that was close enough to where he could be a Republican do-gooder. And he didn't seem to care that there was any difference, and he shouldn't, and because it wasn't about him.
First of all, if somebody were to ask me why should we be nonpartisan, kids are nonpartisan. The issue is nonpartisan. Plus, the winds of political change come quite frequently. We don't want to be locked into to any party or any one person, because we know this is temporary. I'm term limited out. There'll be a new face. There'll be a new person in the seat that I'm sitting in, and then after them, there'll be somebody else and somebody else. We need to make sure that what's permanent is our commitment towards kids in the state of Florida, and that's what Doug Sessions stands for. That's what the ounce of prevention stands for. Permanency. Every kid has a fighting chance, and every kid is worth fighting for, and everybody should have the opportunity to thrive in the Sunshine State.
Some leaders lead from the top. They stand on their staff. Some leaders lead from the front. You know, you're behind them and you see the back of their head. Doug's not that kind of leader. We make decisions as a team here. We have leadership unit directors, and we have meetings, management team meetings, and we sit and hash things out, and opinions are welcome. And he listens and entertains everything that everyone brings to the table. He appreciates our different perspectives on things. And he leads from the side, and maybe it's just the way I describe it, but I feel like he's shoulder to shoulder with me, elbow to elbow with me, and he supports us like that.
I'm thinking of a character from the book of Acts, Barnabas, and his name means in the original a person or a son of encouragement. And Doug Sessions, for me, through the years, has been a person of great encouragement.
I think Doug is the type, I know he is with our family, particularly when I think of him working or being with the girls, that he helps them understand what a good decision is, but he wants them to make the decision. And to me, that's leading from the side. He's there to support them, but he's going to let them, make the decision on their own.
He sincerely believes in everything that he says, and there's no deterring him. I'm not going to turn him into a Republican, and I don't need to, because he's one of those people that's going to do the right thing anyway.
Well, Doug is a powerful, persuasive voice for prevention. That's the banner he carries. He knows that when it comes to kids, it's not whether you pay, it's when. How dare we pay for failure when we know how to invest in success? And what the Ounce of Prevention Fund has become is an investment portfolio for things that work, provable things like healthy families, Prevent Child Abuse Florida, local initiatives. These are experimental, positive, totally evaluated programs. And what Doug brings to that is this smooth but also very scientific approach. He really is a master at communicating the prevention agenda.
Now, we know from our heart it's the right thing to do, but when you have the data to back it up, those years where we haven't fully invested in prevention, we end up paying for it down the road. But here's where Doug comes in, because Doug knows that, and has the heart and head to back that up and to advocate for the Ounce of Prevention Fund.
He's a real family man. The dad of dads, the grandpa of grandpas. He loves that kind of puppies, all of that. He's that guy, and I think he sees this as an extension of his family, and making Florida better makes his family better.
Oh, I love Doug Sessions with all my heart and soul, and he's been there. Good times, bad times. Wonderful times. He's been a helpmate in everything that I could ever ask for, and they don't come any better than Doug Sessions.
He just has a deep belief, and call it do-gooder, but he just has a belief in the goodness of people, and he shows it.
There are tens of thousands of children in Florida who will never know his name, and he certainly doesn't know theirs. But the relationships that are built through the Ounce of Prevention Fund and their various contractors have given us a new hope for the future. Doug is a fellow grandparent, and grandparents know it's about legacy, about what will we be remembered. And what Doug brings to this arena of nonpartisan, bipartisan politics is persuasion and a love of a future that we govern, and you can't do better than that.
It's so fitting that Doug Sessions get this recognition with the Chiles Award. The late Governor Lawton Chiles was the children's governor, and he and First Lady Rhea Chiles loved Doug Sessions and his leadership at the Ounce of Prevention Fund of Florida. Throughout his storied career, Doug has made children's issues nonpartisan. He's like a rock star that appeals to country fans, or a country star appeals to rock fans. He's made children's issues mainstream, and Florida is a better place for children and families because of Doug.